What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford states, let's not say what happened to Shawn Porter when he sparred Benavidez. Ooh. Terence Crawford smiled mischievously upon responding to Shawn Porter's comments about Crawford's fight against Jose Benavidez. 2 days before Crawford addressed the media during a virtual press conference Friday, Porter noted that the unbeaten Benavidez gave Crawford the most difficult fight of the undefeated three divisions champion's career. Crawford dropped and stopped Benavidez during the 12th round of their WBO welterweight title fight in October of 2018, but the 6-foot Benavidez troubled Crawford at times with his size, length, and skill at the Shy Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska, Crawford's hometown. Crawford, 37-0, didn't declare Benavidez his toughest opponent Friday, but he acknowledged the attributes that made Benavidez a challenging opponent. The 34-year-old Crawford also indicated that Porter and his last opponent Saturday night had a tough time when he sparred against Benavidez. Well, like I said, Jose Benavidez is a talented fighter, Crawford said. You know, he was perceived to be the next superstar in boxing. You know, I take my hat off to Benavidez. You know, he did what he did. You know, fight night, he's a very good counterpuncher. He's tall, he's long, he's rangy. Let's not say, you know, what they sparred and happened when Porter sparred Jose Benavidez. So he personally knows how good Benavidez is because he shared the ring with him as well. So Crawford stopped short of the details of what happened when Porter sparred Benavidez, but the implication that Benavidez got the better of it was obvious. It is not clear when Porter sparred versus Benavidez, but it was not in preparation of the Akron, Ohio native's shot at Crawford's WBO welterweight title at Mandalay Bay. He said, no, not recently, Crawford said. I don't know if they've sparred recently. I'm just saying the past they've sparred, so you know he knows about Benavidez. Okay, let's clear the ways. Terence Crawford is not a shit talker. Terence Crawford is a guy that he talks with ease. But I think the counterpunch was that Porter tried to implement that Jose gave him a lot of problems, and he did. I mean, that was a very tough fight. It was a high-spirited, emotional fight. The buildup was crazy. Jose's been calling Terence Crawford out for a while. He got what he was asking for during the buildup in the press conferences. One press conference, he shoved Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford took a swing at him. So you know Terence wanted to get in that ass, okay? But I think Terence Crawford's counter was this. He should know, Shawn Porter, how good Jose Benavidez is because Benavidez is supposed to beat the brakes off of Shawn Porter. He just didn't say it like that in this particular article, so I'm saying it for him. Jose Benavidez, another Sparring Wars, okay? We'll do a separate video about that. Got the best of Shawn Porter. He was able to keep him at bay. He was able to attack him at will, even though the football/tackle tactics of Shawn Porter, they didn't really help much with the counterpunching Jose Benavidez. That's what Terence Crawford's saying. That's what he's declaring. That's what other people said about that particular encounter. Okay, so he's saying that, hey, I'm not alone. I know he's a tough opponent. I knocked him out in the 12th round. But what can Shawn Porter say, pray tell? He can say that he got in that ass too, which gave him the blues during sparring. Okay, so Terence Crawford really, is trying to keep that credo, that integrity, what goes on in sparring, stays in sparring. But at the end of the day, Jose got his way. Bars. So I feel that Terence Crawford is low-key letting the cat out of the bag, cracking it open, that Jose Benavidez, gave Shawn Porter the blues during sparring. And that's his counterpunch to Shawn Porter, saying that, hey, well, he had his toughest fight at welterweight, and his name was Jose Benavidez. But then again, they both had experience with Jose Benavidez, so go figure. It's funny how certain people say certain things. I'm just clearing it up. Terence Crawford is declaring that he beat him up in sparring. Jose beat up Shawn Porter in sparring, and I can't wait to see what the counter is of Shawn Porter, and when it comes, I will report that. But here's my counterpunch on both fighters. Jose Benavidez, I seen him fight, Manu yesterday. It was a draw. It was not a draw, okay? I think Manu did enough to win, and I think because he was the home guy in his hometown, he got that nod officially, but unofficially, right? Because it was a draw. And and it was better than him just robbing the man. So I don't think that they could ask for much more than that, because it could have been worse. But I'll say this: Jose's style will hurt anyone. He's tough. He'll come forward. He's willing to take a punch to give his own shots, because he is a counterpuncher. He does have hand speed like his brother, not as good as his brother, but similar to his brother David Benavidez. And he's a tough guy for anybody. So both guys that shared the ring with him, one way or the other, would have problems with him one way or the other. But anyway, that's just my counterpunch on everything. You guys tell me what you think about Terence Crawford's confession of Porter getting the business by Jose Benavidez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.